140. That's how many kids dropped out of school last year in the Sioux City Community School District. In a special report for Siouxland News, we look into what factors are causing high dropout rates across our nation and how one school district in Siouxland is trying to fight it. When you first enter the halls of North High School, you're most likely to be greeted by a scene similar to this. And after school, you'll see students taking part in various clubs and sports. North High School, as well as East and West, offers students dozens of options to make students' high school experience more well-rounded.
I was in student council my freshman year. I was in basketball my junior year. I've been in Project Unify all 4 years.
I'm in cheerleading and chamber choir, and I'm in the play here right now.
I work on Saturdays at set work, so I helped build the set.
On the outside, North, East, and West high schools look like any normal high school across the country. But there's something happening behind closed doors at the Sioux City School District, and you might not even be aware of it. For the last few years, these 3 high school principals and other school district personnel have been plotting and planning to keep your child from becoming another statistic. Every year, more than 1.2 million students drop out of high school in the U.S. That's a student every 26 seconds, or 7,000 per day. The U.S., which once ranked at the top with one of the highest graduation rates of any developed country, has sunk to the bottom, now ranked number 22 out of 27. The good news is graduation rates are improving. The national dropout rate has reached a record low of 7%, down from 12% in 2000. But in Sioux City, the numbers are even better.
Our dropout rate has gone from nearly 7% down to just over 3% at this time. The 3% dropout rate is certainly a celebration because it's lower than it once was. The only acceptable dropout rate is 0. The only acceptable graduation rate is 100.
Sioux City schools have one of the lowest dropout rates in Iowa for urban high schools. The dropout rate has gone down the last 4 years consecutively at all 3 high schools in the district.
We recognize that we're failing unless 100% of our students graduate on time.
But the school district and the students are facing more and more obstacles every day that are interfering with their ability to finish school. Sometimes it's because the family has moved around a lot or they speak a different language. Sometimes it's teen pregnancy.
Parenthood can be very stressful on them, and they tend to drop out of school because they have to work to support their family. Sometimes when they come into our country and the wages are much better than they were in their own countries, they think that they've hit the jackpot. They are not able to compete in the job market. They're competing with folks who have college degrees.
In fact, a high school dropout will earn $200,000 less than a high school graduate over his or her lifetime, and almost $1 million less than a college graduate. But educators are also battling something else: the very people elected to make decisions that are best for our children. In Iowa, it's a law that they can drop out at 16.
That's correct.
So you're trying to combat a law that allows them to do this.
Yeah, that's a flaw in the Iowa law, in my opinion. I absolutely believe that a student should either graduate from high school or turn 18 before they're allowed to even consider leaving the educational environment.
Are you going to try to fight that now?
I have already begun that work.
So what exactly has the Sioux City Community School District done to get these low numbers when compared to the national average? That's the question we're going to answer for you tomorrow night. And coming up tomorrow, we walk you through the numerous steps educators have put in place to keep kids from giving up on school. Some of them are a bit unorthodox, yet they seem to be working. And one of them is something that isn't happening at the schools that is normal in every other high school. We'll tell you what that one is.
7,000 a day.
7,000 a day.
That is really scary. It puts it into perspective.
So it's really great to see what Sioux City is doing to go from 7% in the nation to 3% in Sioux City. They're definitely doing something right.
Look forward to that tomorrow.